A companion of the Prophet ﷺ, whose name was Tamim al-Dari, came to the Prophet ﷺ in Medina and narrated something to him. And the Prophet ﷺ then said to the people, "Sit down. Tamim al-Dari has come to me and told me something about Dajjal, which confirms what I have been speaking to you about." And this hadith is located in Sahih Muslim. And here is the event. When I analyze the event, I come to the conclusion that this was a vision. But when I give my opinion, don't you dare accept my opinion. No. I don't want you to accept my opinion unless and until you are convinced that it is correct. Other than that, you will not be showing respect for your own rational faculty. I never did that with my own teacher. I gave him more trouble than every other student combined. I never accepted anything that he taught me until I was convinced that it was correct. That's the way he trained me. So I won't be simply a parrot, someone who came out of a Maulana factory. And that's what I want from my students. This is my opinion, that it was a vision. Tamim al-Dari and some 40 of his companions went on board a ship. And ships normally travel in water. I don't know about Malaysia. So you have to look for a body of water. It's logical deduction. And you're leaving from the Arab world. The Arab world. And that part of the Arab world where Medina is located, to the north is Jerusalem. So you have the Mediterranean Sea, and then on this side you have the Red Sea. But a storm came and blew the ship for a whole month. So we eliminate the Red Sea, because if a storm comes and you're in the Red Sea, within 5 minutes you reach land. But this one took a whole month before it reached land. So we eliminate the Red Sea. And then they came to an island. They came to an island. And I recognize that island to be the island of Britain. But some people, they can't understand how can a ship travel through the Mediterranean Sea and reach Britain. Or, well, how come the US Navy and US merchant ships, since the United States was born 200-something years ago, was trading with North Africa? Lots of American ships used to be trading with North Africa. How did they get into the Mediterranean? So it is possible to get out of the Mediterranean with a ship. Elementary geography. I recognize the island to be Britain, but don't accept my opinion until you're convinced that it is correct. There are some who are convinced otherwise. They think the island is Singapore. When they landed at this island, they got on shore and they were confronted by a very hairy creature. So much hair that you could not tell which side was head and which side was tail. Much like in lower Manhattan, you can't tell who is a man and who is a woman. So you couldn't tell which side was head and which side was tail. And then this creature is called Jassasa, meaning a spy. So this is an island located about 1 month's journey by sea, using wind from the Arab world, the Mediterranean coast there by Syria. And it is an island with expertise in spying and espionage, you know. A hint for you, James Bond kind of stuff. And Jasasa pointed to the ruins of a monastery and said, there's someone waiting for you there. So this is an island in which religion will eventually crumble, and churches are going to be sold, restaurants and discotheques and bingo halls. Churches on sale, because nobody going to church. And so they hurried. And when they got to the ruins of the monastery, they found this human being. He looks like a human being, but he's in chains. His hands are chained to his neck, and his feet are chained together. And he questions them. And they are very interesting questions. For that you must read this book. And then he said, I